Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Perillo, and I'm continuing to 3D print as I knock this tablet off. Doing more of the dragons, the Toys for Tots dragons. They should have been dragons. The alligators. So I'm running through this filament, and I feel I'm going to just continue to do the alligators in this filament indefinitely until the filament runs out. Filament, there's nothing wrong with the filament. I just haven't been. It's not been great for me. This one did not turn out well. This one definitely turned out better. This one I'll be able to use or submit or send in. Hey, thank you so much for that, Bipolar Bear. I really appreciate the tip. You know, it's been slow lately around here. That is incredibly appreciated. What happened to my milk? I had milk. Diana? Oh, never mind. Found it. Never mind. Got my cereal. I got some cereal here. I have not. I posted it to Twitter, my cereal. I did not, however, post it to TikTok. I don't know if it really belongs on TikTok. I don't really know. I've been experimenting, right? I've got the geeky thing going on. What do you think? Should I try throwing the cereal video here? See what it's watch the short. It's on. I put it on my YouTube channel, and then I also put it on. Oops. I put it on Twitter. So tell me, after watching this, where's the shorts? Oh, I need to edit this page, I guess. Saturday morning cereal. Tell me if you think I should be uploading this to my TikTok. Hey, Eclipse Empire, good to see you. Oops, that's a typo up front. There we go. That's the short link there. Although it didn't choose a very good thumbnail. It needed to be like a, there we go, Chocolate Checks thumbnail. That's what it needed to be. Sometimes the thumbnail makes or breaks it, even with the short. Oddly enough, it's funny how it works that way. But even like I did the 4K fun boxing upload, and it did not track. It tracked better on TikTok and Instagram more so than on YouTube. Oddly, that was very. I guess it was very, very, very odd for me to see. Very odd. You know, it's like hit or miss, no matter which way you do it. By the way, speaking of, we're going to be bringing in, good to see you, Karen, too. We're going to be bringing in Marcus. We're going to be continuing the conversation we had earlier today on MakerDeck. That was a fantastic conversation about Stable Diffusion. We just wanted to follow up a bit. He might be showing us a bit more as well from you know, his experience with Stable Diffusion. So we're gonna be diving into that. Just finished C3PO. Oh yeah, you know, the 3PO's okay. He needs to update the model though, unfortunately, because it's just it's dated compared to like his new one. If you've seen the newer models, the way he's handled the newer models, they're a little better, just a little better. Well, it seems like no one likes the chocolate cereal on Twitter. I thought it'd be. I mean, it is a little different, admittedly. Here we go. Select all, copy. Now, I'm going to see what happens on Instagram. Saturday morning. Oop, chocolate checks. That's what we're going to be eating today. We saw it there, and you know, I would have skipped it, but there was a sale on too. So I'm like, okay, here we go. We're gonna share this to Reels, see how well it does. I've done a lot of the protocol droids from Play Action. I'm currently in between, or in the middle, really, of printing the. I'm not gonna have a lot because I had a bowl earlier when I did the first taste test, the TikToky taste test. I I've got 10 of them printing the Rebel Troopers from his Patreon account, Phantom. I'm hoping to get the blue sooner rather than later, and I'm printing the helmets right now, as a matter of fact. If I flip over to the bamboo camera, we'll see that finishing up. Oh, it looks like one of them may not work well, so I'll have to reprint that helmet, and it's really disappointing because I'll be yeeting the same amount of material as I did for all of these. Maybe I'll print a couple extra. The R2-D2 is good from Play Action Toys. It's a bit difficult to put together though, Phantom. That's my warning about R2-D2. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. It's more of a chocolatey aftertaste. Comes with 3 Hallmark movies. Don't worry. It won't take me too long to eat. I mean, never mind me, I'm just multitasking. As per usual. Yeah, a lot of the chocolate came out in the milk. A lot of it. And I don't think I had the chocolate checks before. Could be mistaken. It'd been a while, at least. Chat rules asked how I found your channel. Think I saw I host a soccer game. That would not be me. I don't. I've hosted things before, but I'm not a sports guy. I'm a great indoorsman. Just found out today Ben & Jerry makes vegan alternatives. They do. They're a little pricey, though. Trader Joe's used to have the best. Like, the absolute best. Like, a big thing of soy for, like, $3.50. They don't have it anymore. Now you get a little tiny pint for, like, $7. I'm like, yeah, it's not going to happen. Definitely not going to happen. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. Okay, I've got Ethan's dad 3D right there on deck. Bringing him in as a guest here in a second. As soon as I... Okay, he's going to be guest 1. Here, let's do this. 2 guests. Let's put him... Oh, yeah, I guess we'll just do 1 guest. All right, getting him in the queue. And away we go. You got the thing is, if you didn't know it, Marcus, you have to use Chrome. That's the only caveat to this. Big caveat. Huge caveat. I mean, most people have Chrome, so it's not a big deal, but that's why it may take you a while to connect, potentially. So it's connecting right now. You've been invited in. You prefer Firefox? Never got into it. Never did the Firefox thing. We were talking today on YouTube. We were talking about what was it? What? That is... Hang on. That is so not... Okay. Doesn't make any sense, but alright. For some reason... It's very odd. Add yours. I gotta remember that. Oops. Real Nomi, I am doing well. Thanks again for all the help. I know we're the guest thing. The good news is we've got enough of a foundation and no. Don't even worry about it. What I'm saying is I'm taking point on as much as I can, right? If only to make sure that the process works, etc. Does that make sense? So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for yeah, I saw the tweet and I really appreciate that. True. Give me a second. Let me. Instagram's UI is a little bizarre. I'm gonna do better with posting videos and trying to work in a flow, because there's a lot that just gets lost in the shuffle, and I feel if I can work shorts into my flow, I'll be better off. Okay, so we're gonna bring in Marcus here and continue the conversation from earlier. Oh, there's your. Let me do this. Remove guests. Add this guest. Okay. And really finish up the conversation around ethical talk. What? What's the last Star Wars show movie I watched? Andor this week. You'll be lurking while you prep windows for holiday prepping windows. Oh, so you're painting them? Are you painting the windows? All right, we're gonna slot Marcus into guest slot 1. He was sharing his screen earlier, and feel free to do that again. It's not a big deal on this particular broadcast as much as it is on MakerDeck. Hey, what's going on? Jedi? No, not in here.
Yeah,
not
so
in here.
is
Not
this?
in here, honey. No, honey. Not in here. Not in here. Because I'm doing things here. You know how that goes. Okay,
Yeah.
so we were talking about ethical implications of AI art earlier on MakerDeck, and we really didn't, we didn't gloss over it, but you kind of came back with an additional thought that I feel is worth exploring. If you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yeah. So, you mentioned your feelings and your perspective about this versus, generating AI art versus, let's say, paying an artist. Are you not stealing from them, but are you replacing them? And your
Right.
thoughts on that, I thought were pretty. They aligned pretty close to mine.
Yes, I think my final thought was that AI generated art is DIY art, right? So it's something you're going to do for yourself. It's not probably going to be at the level of if you had a professional do it, but it's something that you can do yourself if you don't, assuming you don't already have the skills.
And I definitely do not have the skills. So
And-
you're not
and-
really you're not replacing anybody. This
Right,
doesn't
because-
replace anybody.
Yeah, I'm not a professional. I was never going to, I don't have any projects where I could ever justify commissioning anyone for art. If I want art, I'm basically stuck with doing it myself.
See, I have commissioned, not anything like this, but like for emotes, right? I've commissioned for those in the past, and I have commissioned for graphics.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's probably a cheaper project, right?
You'd be surprised. You'd really be surprised. Not that this is necessarily going to turn out what I would, a stable diffusion would necessarily turn out what I would, want. And I feel that is typically, are you willing to spend the time on it, or are you willing to spend the money on it? And I feel that that's kind of what it boils down to: time or money.
And so for me, it just saves me time from learning to do it. Like I would be.
Wait a second. You got muted. Can you unmute yourself? That was probably something I did. There you go. Thank you. Sorry.
Other people's stories are different, I'm sure. But for me personally, that's where I'm at. I think another interesting thing is I've seen on Midjourney, a lot of traditional artists who have skills are using Midjourney and they overpaint. So what they do is they generate an image, because I love the composition and maybe some of it they don't have to change, but a lot of it they'll just paint over top of, digitally. So it's just a head start. So I think artists are
as inspiration. It serves as inspiration.
Yeah, and so I think a lot of artists are going to utilize AI art to give them a jump in their workflow.
I mean, there've got to be. They almost have to be sitting, on the fence in terms of what works and what doesn't. I was just running. See, there's a good example of what might be a good outpainting. I was just running a Greek statue of Yoda, basically. You probably can't. I don't know if you can see the stream.
Yeah, I'll have to play this.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh yeah, awesome. That was great.
But there would be a good one, but it would require outpainting.
Right.
This is just, to me, it's mind blowing. It genuinely is, because I could ask for that to be commissioned, right? And it may never go anywhere. Oh, the URL Phantom is, you can download either Diffusion B for the Mac. I've been using this here on the web. Okay. That is interesting. It is family friendly. See, that would be a good outpainting.
Mm-hmm.
See, this one seems more like you can see the ears kind of folding down, right?
Yeah.
I know you can't see it in real time necessarily on your end, because we get to mess with the back end. But some of these I'd throw away. Some of these I wouldn't keep. But all you need is really one good one, right? That's it. Like one that works well enough, as opposed to going back and forth with a designer and ultimately not finding something that fits your needs.
Right. I think what I'll do is I'll hit up the graphic designers where I work and ask them if they think they would incorporate AI into their workflow. Because if you have a boss that says I need something right now, well, that's impossible.
Yeah,
if you're a traditional artist, that's not going to get done anyway. So I'm like, well, I can get you something and get you by, And so I could totally see them. It's just another tool for their toolbox, I'm sure.
Well, what's interesting is, in many ways, they themselves could run the prompt and get exactly what they wanted. And I find it's easier as long as they're no humans. Stable Diffusion is really weird when it comes to human beings, but when it comes to creatures or landscapes, I feel it does better with landscapes. Abstract things. You can get really detailed with the prompting, I'm sure, but there are places where at this time it doesn't excel, and other times it just exceeds expectations.
Yeah, I agree. When you're trying to do humans, there are limitations for sure, or even animals, really. It does cats and dogs fairly well. That's about it.
Yeah, probably because of the amount of cat and dog sources that are out there. Now, where does Stable Diffusion pull its models from?
It just, as far as I know, it just crawls the internet.
Wow.
So
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 everything.
it has photos of all genres in there. And I realized too that Stable Diffusion doesn't actually store the images because it's trained on. It actually doesn't know what an image actually looks like beyond the the text model that it uses after the fact. When it's just removing noise to try to get to some semblance of an image, it's actually trained on what noise do you have to remove in order to get to an image. But it actually doesn't know like whether that final image is actually something worthwhile. So
But
it's the
that would take some degree of that would definitely take intelligence, right? Like, is this worth? Is
right.
this something that works, if you will?
And
Um,
because it's right, and because it's trying to actually just remove noise to get to something, and that's how it's trained. There's actually no images even stored in the model. Then, like, there's no way to get the source images that it was trained on back out. It's
oh,
just that
really?
information is not there. It was really just trained on what noise do I have to remove to get to an image.
But the seed, though, is a unique number that is assigned based upon the prompt.
Nope, the seed is. Do you know anything about random number generators? We usually seed them with something, and a lot of times, if you want it to be truly random, you'll often seed on like the time because it's constantly variable and changes, but like at the atomic level, right?
Right.
But if you don't want something completely random, you want something random but repeatable, then you instead of seeding it with something random, you actually seed it with a particular number. And so that seed is really just what initializes the random number generator. And if you use the same seed every time, you'll get the same random noise. But the seed is just used for the random noise that it uses at the very first stage. So it just creates a square 5 by 12. Well, it actually works at 64 pixel level.
By the way, thank you El Taco Meat for resubscribing. Yeah, it seems to the 512. It always seems to generate in a square up
right.
front.
So that actually all the training is done like at 64 pixels. But it
really? So how does it upscale so well?
Yeah, and that's another part of the process.
It upscales so well.
Right, it encodes it and decodes it. Yeah, to really great. I haven't. There's a way you can witness just the autocoder and decoder if you know how to hack it. I watched this one YouTuber. He said, like he did it and it's lossy, right? So you do lose some, but then it's able to restore a lot of that back using AI. Like it makes guesses, right? But
is that something that you think will improve over time? Well, I'm curious because I genuinely
if it does, it'll get better quality. If they do figure it out. But it's state of the art the way that they're doing it. But yeah, there's so many places to improve the technology. They can improve the auto encoding and decoding. They can they can improve the sampling. They can improve the. I don't know. There's so many ways. Yeah, it'll keep growing for sure.
Oops.
The text classification. The way that guides things. Because it's not just one thing. It's a bunch of technologies combined.
And it coalescing and just providing this output. Now, have you messed around with any other generative types of tools beyond imagery or Stable Diffusion?
I did play around with one that creates, and probably just because someone what's harassing? Yeah. So I played around with one that generates text. So it'll create a story.
Right.
And the only reason I even looked into it is because I was making my analogy, I think on my own stream, that said, we've turned AI art generation turns art into a commodity, right? And writing is where the art is. So coming up with the concept is the art. Putting it on paper is just a tool, and that's the part that we've commoditized with AI art. And they go, we'll wait until AI can replace the writers too. And so I looked at some AI stuff that generates stories. They still need a lot of work, and maybe there's a chance that they're just not getting as much love because it's not as exciting.
Right.
But they tend to get stuck in loops. I was playing around with one, and you kind of give it like a couple words to seed it, and then it'll take those words and write a sentence, which is kind of a merging. Yeah, so it like merges a lot of stuff from scraping the internet, and it puts in sentences related to whatever those words you seed it with, right? So you would go like, on a dark, stormy night or something, right? And then it would fill in something, but then it would stop. And then there's your chance to modify the text if some of it you don't like, but also and I'm not sure exactly why it stopped, except I think it's made to only generate so much at a time. So wherever it stops, then you start the next sentence, and it kicks off. But every once in a while, it'll get stuck and loop back to the beginning, or back to the beginning of one of the sections again. It just repeats over and over and over again. So you kind of have to like delete that and send it in a different direction. And the stories are horrible. I mean, it's stuff you probably wouldn't have imagined.
Right.
Like, it's not stuff that you would have imagined to write, but as far as the level of storytelling, it's pretty poor.
There was I swear Google had launched something. There's hang on, Wordcraft? Google's Wordcraft? It's prototype AI tool. Let's see if I can find the link.
There's one that a lot of people, you've probably seen those, I guess, maybe it's not the right term, but I call them landing pages. So someone will come up with the topic, they'll register that domain, and they'll just use blog entries with the keywords, and they're just trying to get you there to show you ads, right? And so a lot of people have started because it's worth it for them. They're making so much money that they use this AI generated stuff. And all it does is dump in meaningless text, but with tons and tons of keywords. And it's just garbage. And there's a lot of repetition, and you're not really learning anything from that. It's just garbage. It's internet garbage. But there's a really popular one, but I do forget the name of it.
But they're using, at least they're, it's the idea of being able to take a little and make it a lot. I know of Compose UI or Compose AI. That's one. I know Jasper AI.
Jasper
is another one.
Which I think they renamed it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Jasper was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, Jasper's like people are definitely using it. Like, create content 10 times faster. Like, here's the thing: Google is going to catch up with this. It's going to, and Google's going to like knock this stuff down, right? I don't know how, but like this is the kind of stuff that will be. They'll be like, yeah, no. If it's done in AI, Google won't be able to tell what's written in AI versus what isn't.
Right. The thing that sucks about that stuff is, like, I was trying to research something on the internet, and I wished I could remember what it was. But I just kept hitting these sites, and you can tell the AI generated ones, because they'll tell you what they're going to tell you, and then they'll go, well, do you ever, whatever, for whatever reason, so many people think, but in actual, it's kind of like, it's just filler words. Like, they're not getting to the point. It's just You know, they're going by the number of words and keep repeating the keywords, and then eventually you might get to some things, but it's not actually good information. It's just stuff scraped off the internet. And when you're actually trying to research something and find the answer to something, they're just
it's so hard.
They're your enemy.
Here I've had the Yoda up. I've been generating what I'm doing, you know, during the streams is I'm trying these prompts because I've decided, oh, I'm having fun making them something interactive, and then posting them to I've got an account on Twitter called Star Wars Radar, and
Right.
I've had it for a number of years, and I'm getting better at using it and segmenting it. Of course, now with the new Twitter, I'd be spending too much a month to get it verified in order to surface above the noise. It's a question of whether or not we're going to do the same thing with like MakerDeck. I don't know if it's warranted.
So I'm not sure how to share the screen with this. Is this?
You should be able to. If you were using OBS, you could share your screen, because you could just do, you know, OBS and start virtual camera and then share it that way and use that as a camera source. I'm not sure. Oh wait, yeah, right next to it. There's a share your screen button.
Right next to what?
Right. Okay. At the bottom, I don't know what you see on your end, but on my end, I see turn camera off.
Just resubscribed for 19 months.
Thank you for resubscribing, CNoop. Right next to it. I don't know. See, I can't see your screen. I can't see your screen.
Have that. I can probably do
you
it
don't,
too,
really? Because it's like, yeah, if you use your OBS virtual camera, can I see? No, I can't do that. Because I can share my screen on my end, but I guess guests don't have, because I have like the video option, and right next to it, share your screen. Right next to it. And if not, OBS virtual camera, if you have OBS, honestly, I don't even see OBS virtual camera. Despite having OBS installed, I only have 2 camera options.
There.
Mod settings, microphone, video settings.
Well, can you see my?
Oh, there you go. Yep,
screen?
now I can see your screen. Yep. Everyone else should be able to as well.
I don't have the chat. Let me bring it over here. All right.
Are you still working? You're still working with me, my face.
So here's one thing I figured out. Remember when I told you that if we do multiple steps, then it usually improves the fidelity?
Right.
But the reason it wasn't, it has to do with the sampling method that you're using. Some of those sampling methods add a lot of variability. So what you're doing, rather than using the same data and iteratively improving it, is iteratively just changing it every time. So There's a limit on the fidelity you get. So you might as well do it, like if you're using that Euler sampling method, which Diffusion B might, you might as well do a little number of steps, because there's a limit on how good it's going to get anyways.
I've got 75 steps. That's as high as I can go.
Okay. But there's a few sampling methods that don't add variability. Now, variability is nice in the sampling method if you're just looking for a lot of variability. So, you know, it can be images that you like better, right? If you like the variation, and not trying to stick entirely to your prompts, but just give you something new and interesting. But for ones that you want to be able to improve by adding a number of steps, then you have to pick some of those other sampling methods. And this LMS Keras seems to do the least variability and the most consistency.
Interesting. I don't have any of those toggles on my on Diffusion B. He really I don't know what he's optimized for, but like you
Right.
just don't, which is probably not a bad thing, like because it's very quick, it's very simple, it generates imagery that works well
Right.
enough.
So have you heard of Google Dream
Yes. Oh.
something or whatever?
Yeah, Dream. Yeah, we were kind of talking about it earlier. Yeah.
So this is an image from this is their sample image. So the idea, have you ever sharpened an image in Photoshop to where it starts looking
Yes.
like, so
Garbage.
it's basically doing the same thing. So they sharpen it right until they start seeing something. Oh, it might be this, and then the farther it goes, it just keeps
Goes
going
nuts.
towards
Yeah.
whatever it looks like. So that's we get a similar effect in Stable Diffusion. So
It
this
goes
is one-
far and then it pulls back.
it'll never go back. So
Okay.
so this is one of those sampler methods that doesn't add a lot of variability. But you can see that this is obviously a dude dressed in his
Some cosplay.
Captain America costume
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, for a convention, right? But if we add a few more steps, because it does keep iteratively adding, you can see how it doesn't change that much in the background, but all of a sudden we have cars now, right? And so it won't come back from that. So you do get some of that, and maybe some of that was happening like when the guy appeared in the sky on that one.
Right.
'cause
I remember that
you
one.
know,
Yeah. Yep.
It maybe saw something in the sky that looked like a person, and it just kept going and became a person. But this is really like, this is very early stages of the process.
Right.
So this is actually what it gets, and then it adds the noise to it again and does it again, and that's how the iteration works, and it just keeps getting better each time you do it. So I thought of a better analogy for that, and it's like if you're playing Marco Polo, if you're doing the way the GAN does it, and you're on the middle of a football field blindfolded, and you say Marco, and someone says Polo, and you kind of like think what direction you want to go in, and
Yeah.
you just sprint, and that is GAN. Wherever you are in relation to that person, when you get there, that's GAN. It's not great, but it's at least in that
Fascinating.
direction.
It's a good analogy.
Whereas Diffusion, you take one step, and then Marco Polo, and so they're guiding you at each step. So by the time you get there, you're like that. You're way better because you're doing it iteratively. So you're getting guidance at each step. But using one of those sampling methods, you can see that it does improve fidelity. So this says, and you see that this wall to your left in the photo is pretty plain.
Right.
But then when we do a few more
Before steps. Yeah. Okay.
Look, it adds fidelity, but then it also adds additional details of what weren't there.
Right.
And
And
so,
then I saw you had another one. You must have stepped it even further, because there was another shot where it looked like I was in a library.
yeah, that was actually using a different. Yeah, so this one
That
is
one.
the-
Oh,
yeah.
that's a different one. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
I guess that one was actually this one. This sampling method, for this sampling method, for whatever reason, it sees. This one hardly modifies it at all, so we can actually see what you get at each level. And it'll be pretty quick too.
This is
doesn't-
incredible.
So there's like with 2 steps.
It's a good stepping off point, for the imagination, for iterating. Like you're
Right.
looking for a good place. Like I need creature design. I need I need to get a feeling for the scene and to visualize something. Like if it was just in my head, and to visualize a cityscape in the golden hour in the future with androids walking around, right? I might have it in my mind's eye, but to be able to translate that directly into, for the lack of a better word, art, immediately is just, I don't know. I find it,
Right.
even if it's not direct writing, I can't imagine this not helping writing at any one level, at any level, really.
Yeah, I mentioned my friend who got me in, originally mentioned it, like Midjourney to me, and he he's been dabbling into writing since I kind of got him into it, because that's kind of how we found each other. Because I was a writer,
Oh.
we did independent films together, so I
Oh.
was the writer for the group, and he was the director, right? But I like what's great about working on crews like that is you learn other people's trades. So I would say he's a much better writer now than I am a director. Like he learned so much from like working with me on scripts and stuff. So he wants to write a book, but it's going to be a chapter book, and he's going to use photos generated in Midjourney.
Oh, wow. Is he going to use AI to flesh out the writing?
Oh, I could tell you that it's worked out other direction. Like some of the images he's generated for the book have had things in there that have then inspired his writing.
That's wild.
So yeah, it goes flows in both directions. But yeah, when we get up to 20, then it was, it looks like that library. But you can see how it just keeps adding fidelity and adding, and then it'll add details and stuff.
Huh. Yeah, I'm watching these types of tools closely because I feel they're transformative in a way that software has not been transformative in ages, right? Because, okay, here's a word processor, here's a spreadsheet, the Office typical stuff. Hey, okay, there's your stable of stuff, and you got tools that generally do one thing or another, but machine learning and artificial intelligence, it's like we're getting tools now that really, to what was it? Microsoft's announcements. They're going to be baking DALL-E prompts into Bing image searches if they haven't already. Actually, let me see. Let me do something I never do. Go to Bing and search images. I thought the tool was already built in. Just general. Wow. The funny thing is, this is weird. I searched for images, and it's got to have some kind of tracking cookie on me because literally all the images are Star Wars. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
I am not joking, but there's a way that you could create I swear there was an image generator on Bing somewhere. Maybe they haven't rolled it out, or maybe I'm not seeing it. Does anybody know what the Bing, the image creator, they built it in, and I guess they're also going to be releasing a new tool? Is it a new tool or a new plugin that will let you do DALL-E searches within? Is it PowerPoint? No, is it going to be a new tool?
So Photoshop already has a plugin where you can do stable diffusion, and what's great is because it's open source. It's a free,
Right.
Maybe they're charging for the plugin by now, but they might not be able to.
I don't think so. So they're bringing, here it is. Microsoft brings DALL-E 2 to the masses with Designer and Image Creator. So Designer is going to be a new Microsoft 360 app, and then there's going to be an Image Creator tool in Bing and in Microsoft, and apparently in Edge as well. Although I'm not sure where it specifically is in Edge or in.
Well, I can imagine when they add it to Photoshop that it's a selling point. People probably buying more copies of Photoshop, and so all the competitors probably need to jump on board too, just to stay relevant.
Yeah, okay, hang on. I'm seeing if I can find the link. Oh, here we go. Bing images create. So here's the link. Let me paste it into chat. Yeah, Brecor. Yeah. And hey, how you doing, DeWitt? Sorry, this is Ethan's dad, 3D, aka Marcus. So this is the Bing one. Image creation coming soon to your region. Okay, apparently I don't have it yet.
Yeah, the in-painting and out-painting in Photoshop is really amazing. It allows them to build much larger images and stuff. Plus,
See,
you sound like
I don't Photoshop.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who probably doesn't Photoshop.
You sound like I was able to replace the dog with different animals and stuff.
Yeah, with the in-painting.
I could see that being huge in Photoshop.
Big time. Well, I use on the Mac, I use Pixelmator. I'd imagine something like that could very well come to Pixelmator. It's a little more, I find it to be a little more accessible than Photoshop. I don't run any Adobe software apart from mobile. I do mobile.
I've always been on the verge of subscribing, but the version I use is the very last version that didn't require subscription. I bought it used off eBay.
Oh, the Photoshop. See, it was always overkill for me. Always. Just way overkill. Even to a certain degree, what I have in Pixelmator, my primary use case for Pixelmator on the Mac has been with in relation to doing thumbnails for YouTube. So Bing is doing so you can't sign up for it yet. It says you gotta wait until it's in your region, which sucks. But what's cool about what they do with these is like they show you the prompt. I love the sites that show you like the prompt used to make something.
Right.
Because then you can. What I love doing personally is copying and pasting that prompt into Stable Diffusion and see what I get. You know, kind of to iterate, if you will. Like, oh yeah, I like that, but someone's already done that one. I got to do a different one, right? So, like this one, I found one, a hopeful robot from the 1930s walking with a little girl holding a red balloon, digital art. And I'm still learning some of the styles too. Like, what does digital art mean? What does 4K mean? What does ArtStation mean? What does all this mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know. And DALL-E seems to excel at different things than does Stable Diffusion, certainly. And learning the quirks of any one of these things.
I don't think you're sharing your screen if you're meant to.
No, I'm not sharing my screen because I'm printing something right now. It looks like you have about as much filament as I do. Just waiting. I'm trying to get through it slowly.
I told Ethan to ask his Fab Lab instructor if they accept donations. Because I'm willing to part with some of it.
I'm waiting for more of my neighborhood to get into it so I can say, all right, here, have this spool. Here, take this spool. Get them started.
That would be nice too. I could tell you, so we have the neighborhood that I live in, we have a Facebook group. Because it's a suburb. So it's not technically Cincinnati. And for that suburb, we have a Facebook group. And when the Micro Center had their deal, $100 off the Ender 3 for new Micro Center users, I posted that on the neighborhood Facebook group because I want to get more people into it.
Yeah, I know.
I want to start a club.
I believe there are 2 neighbors that I have that are into it, but they just every effort I've made to try to get in contact has fallen short, which is just disappointing. So I may have to go on to next door and say, hey, is anybody else into 3D printing? Like, I'm into 3D printing. Is anybody else into 3D printing? And then just take that route. Next door would probably be next.
As the pandemic is winding down, it
Well,
might be nice to start some kind of club.
I don't know
Some
about
local
winding down, but it's definitely it's still here for sure.
Well, we're living with it anyway.
Yeah, we're living with it. Things that change the world. That would be a big one. But if nothing else, like, I'm glad that a lot of us have come out of it. Certainly not everybody came out of it, obviously, but if anything, it should have somewhat legitimized remote work, which I've been a champion of, for years. And now
Right.
it's legit, right? Some people are still doing hybrid. I'm like, no, I'm remote. I'm a remote worker. Thank you very much. Send out flyers. Big fan. Yeah, it's funny.
The best thing I love about remote working is Friday at 5 p.m.
Right.
You
You're home.
literally get up out of your chair and you're done. Starts the weekend. So. And they don't pay you for that time for driving home,
No. Commute time. Nope. Yeah, commute time does not count. Which sucks. But I never really had to deal with that. I guess I've always been remote, Always been that way. Well, thanks for popping on. I got a few things I was going to showcase to everybody here.
I posted a bunch of the dog replacement photos in Discord. I wasn't sure which channel to put them in because I was kind of doing it while we were live.
Let's see if we can find show and tell, maybe. But
so I did
really,
I did it in the Z. I did it in the Z and Z channel.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would not be the place. That's one of the shows. I kind of wonder. We've got like memes and jokes, but that doesn't really fit. No one. Is anybody else doing Stable Diffusion? All right, here, random fun. I'm going to create a new channel called AI Art. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, so I had much better success off the stream. So you might want to take a look at those. But it was fun. Maybe I'll get that actual training working. Beyond just the text and version stuff that I did with you.
Yeah, for sure.
More like that. I forget the name again, but you knew it. The Google.
Oh, Dream something or other.
Yeah, Dream something. So. Pooch is supposed to send me the same images that he sent to the avatarAI.me.
Oh yeah. To train him.
Yeah, and so I'm going to use the exact same images, and then see if I can get something similar to what he was able to generate through that. Because we're using the same technology, I should be able to get pretty close. So.
All right. Well, I made an AR channel. I posted the link in the description. I guess I'll start the thread here. I'll do the first upload. What was my history? It was. Can I copy and easily paste it? I guess not. It was like Yoda. It was a Greek statue in white marble. Yoda as a Greek statue in white marble. Portrait. Yeah, I also added bokeh. I love the bokeh effect. There we go. These are going to get shared everywhere, so.
And anytime you want to share app ideas.
I will.
Hit me up
Count on it. It was a little crazy today, but count on it.
Whenever.
I've got a concept. It would be a web app, but I feel like it could be like one of those things that it could potentially catch on. So, potentially.
All right. Thanks for having me in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Marcus. Really appreciate it. Marcus. And you saw his handle showed up, or it should have showed up at the on the screen on my profile page. I've got a couple things to showcase, but first let me go grab the helmets from the figures that the figures that I'm still waiting to complete. I gotta wait until I get my new blue in from Polymaker. Although actually the helmets, I will have completed 2 of the figures. The commanders. I'll be completing the commanders, I feel. So give me a moment. I'm gonna go grab those. I did see the Hallmark mini tree. I've seen it before though. That's not new. That's not new, unfortunately. But thank you for keeping your eye out. You never know. We have a new AI art. There we go. AI art channel under random fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go get the pieces, the parts, and I'll BRB. I didn't want to leave Marcus hanging. I guess I'm not done with these. I thought I was, but I forgot I have to reprint. I have to reprint some sleeves for the arms. So it'll be yet another day before I'm finished with these, at least the commanders. But in the end, I will have 10 of them. 10 total. Boy, I don't know. The multicolor, the way it turned out, it kind of, it's definitely black up front. It's definitely black there. That's good, but the problem is it also printed black in the back, and it's somewhat translucent. Somewhat, not terribly though. For the helmets on these are the Rebel Trooper helmets. Got some new Star Wars reusable sandwich bags. Oh yeah? Wait a minute. Oh, the reusable ones. I've seen those. Ross has had them. And Home Goods. If you get to Ross and Home Goods, Darth Gallum. I'm also going to get better at posting to my Star Wars Radar accounts. I have to like re-optimize so many things. But like I did, like I posted a short that actually tracked very well on Twitter or on YouTube on my Star Wars radar. And then if you go over to Star Wars radar, you probably already following though, Darth Gallum. It wouldn't surprise me. But I posted a video there as well. I'm gonna get better at remembering. Oh, there's a Star Wars thing. Let me take a video of it. Like, if I'm thrifting and I see something, or just a quick video. I think video, works a little differently than photo, obviously. You did watch? Okay, great. Well, the YouTube channel that I had, I set up eons ago and never really did anything with because I just couldn't keep pace with it. But now with YouTube basically saying shorts is a thing. Oh yeah, this one is definitely not. This one did not survive. But since I'm painting or gluing on, I kind of wonder if I can make this work. With glue. It messed up in there, but I think I can glue it onto the head and salvage it without having to reprint. Oh, yikes, that did not. Am I getting the new Weird Al Yankovic CD? You know, here's the thing about that. I haven't watched the movie yet. Tonight I'll have to install the Roku app because I think it's in the Roku app. I'll have to do that on the Google TV. And I listened to I started listening to the soundtrack, and I realized there's really nothing original. I mean, there were the original, like, instrumental tracks, but I don't know. I'm probably going to skip it, honestly. There was nothing real. There was only, like, one track that was, like a brand new song, and I mean, it was great, but it's not, I don't know. I'm probably not going to get it. Believe it or not. There were a few, there's a few older Weird Al albums that I also skipped. Like, he did some compilation mixes. He had a food album years ago. I skipped that. I've had dreams, believe it or not, of finding hidden Weird Al albums with unreleased songs. I've had dreams about that. That's how much I care. Having dreams about Weird Al shows. Weird Al albums. Weird albums, if you will. It's on the Roku device. Roku channel and the Roku Center, not the app. Oh, I don't know, big fan. That not according to if I go over to the Roku channel on right here on the web, I can hit play. So, don't know what to tell you. You're wrong. I can hit play right here in my Chrome browser on the desktop. So, it's not in the actual device, which would be very short-sighted. Let's see here. So I can, yeah, the Roku channel. I mean, I could always, like, basically Chromecast it from my Android phone. I could always do that. That's an option. Don't know if I'm going to go that far, though. Not yet. It is weird. It is absolutely beyond weird to me what works and what doesn't on all these different platforms. Like, I get some traction sometimes with certain videos, other videos not so much. It just, I'll never understand it. Finished Tales of the Jedi. Yeah, was it good? I told you it's worth it. Tales of the Jedi needs to be a complete ongoing series, like, and hopefully it will be. Hopefully the reception. I mean, I haven't seen anybody. I've seen more people push back on Andor. Honestly, ooh, this got messed up too. Schmidt. It's the second helmet this has happened to. It's not a good sign. I will definitely have to fudge these. It looks like I'm going to have to figure out plan B. Oh, this one got fudged too. Oh my god. Not good. Yeah, I'm going to have to glue them into place. Sorry, I'm talking about these helmets that'll go on top of the heads for the Rebel Troopers. Looks like we made our affiliate goal on Twitch in under 30 days. Hey! Awesome, Spitting Moon. Congratulations. That's amazing news. Good job. All credit to you. Fantastic. Always good to see people, you know, make their journey. Take their journey, make their journey, take a journey. Be prepared for ads every 5 to 10 minutes. I'm used to it. And especially for free, doesn't bother me a bit. That's the thing. A lot of people complain about ads, but like, okay, well, then you kind of got to be willing to pay. Well, I can't. Well, then you're going to have to put up with ads. But they're annoying. Well, I hear you, but to get things for free, you have to give attention. So it's just a trade-off. I understand that, and I understand that as a content creator, right? It may be free for you, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's free for everybody. Well, that's the thing, Spitting Moon. It's good to find support. It's good to find any kind of support for anything that you might be doing. Makes things a heck of a lot easier, I can tell you that much. Yeah, it seems like, statistically speaking, several of these helmets that I printed for the troopers, and again, I've got here. I'm gonna glue the boots into place, boots in place, and then I'm gonna grab the other filament, swap it out to finish these arms. In the arms of something far away. In the arms of a trooper. Eventually coming. Oh, no, it's on Spotify now. That's how I listen to it. And that's how I decided. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to buy that on disc. As much as I love Al and have purchased many of his things, that's probably one that I'm going to skip. I'm not really a big soundtrack buyer. My wish would have been that it would have been like the UHF soundtrack, but the UHF soundtrack, this is not. Oh man, this is really goobery. Oh crap! Did not need that to happen. Oh, the movie is coming to iTunes. Okay, I'll watch it. I don't care. It's just ads. It's not gonna kill me. God, my desk is so screwed. Came together well enough. So I've got this. I've got the heads downstairs. I'll grab a couple of heads, if only to get that going for the commanders here. Oh, the links I go sometimes for these figures. If I watch it tonight, yeah, I'll let you know. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm gonna see if they have the app on the for the Chromecast with Google TV or whatever, and then if they don't, I'll just Chromecast it from my phone and watch it that way. Theoretically, that'll work. Maybe a little jank, but it should work. Thank you, Spitting Moon, for that. It's very appreciated.
Spitting Moon cheered X1050, Mtex spin.
Thank you. Seriously, thank you very, very much. What do I think of new Black Series? I don't understand the question. What Black Series? I don't really collect the Black Series so much anymore. You're talking about the figures. There's a lot of new Black Series. You're gonna have to narrow that down there, big fan. Because there is a lot of Black Series. It's not just one and done. Which is unfortunate. It'd be easier to collect it all if that was the case. Yeah, man, this is too bad. I was hoping it would notch in just fine, but why not? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. At least 3 did not turn out. I'm gonna have to glue. It's okay. I mean, it's inevitably you're just 3D printing, so a little glue ain't gonna hurt you. This one, Star Wars Andor figure. Oh yeah. On pre-order. I had so many pre-orders. I'm glad I scaled way back. Because I'm telling you, they have released more and more Black Series at like breakneck speed. Like, yeah, 3 of them did not turn out. 3 of those did not turn out. Okay, I'm gonna go swap yeah, thank you, big fan. I googled it as well. I'm gonna swap filament on the bamboo and BRB, and I do have some stuff to showcase. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to chat with you again. I can see that you are streaming, and the people they are cheering. And maybe someone will gift us sub. Wubba-lubba-dub-dub. They hope for the sound of silence. Sorry, I did the swap, and then I lost a piece. I'm not sure if I could find it. Find it again. I may have to reprint it, but I'll have time. Let's get the second print going here. I got to do the arms. Okay, those are the helmets. I will finish this tonight. Oh yes, I will finish. You have no idea. I work on these. It's just like Akbar didn't take as long. Rex took freaking forever. But now that I have the ability to print multiple color, I feel I might as well. So now I'm going to do arms. Theoretically, this is going to work. And brown, tannish brown. And I've got the heads ready to roll. There we go. There's one. And then actually, I don't like that one. I'm gonna go with a. Well, this is all of them, I guess. That's not gonna work. That head's not gonna work because the vest. Shoot. Can I do? I'm out of browns is the problem. I suppose I could do. The problem is that the skin tone on the skin tone, it's just not. It's the same color. I don't know how I'm gonna do this now. Crap. I'm gonna have to think about this, but it won't. What I thought I was gonna be able to do won't necessarily work. The only thing I might be able to do. Oops, crap. Oops. This is not. Okay, there we go. I moved that too soon. This one's going to turn out okay. But I feel the legs have to be lighter. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with lighter legs. And arms. Alright, so I'm going to redo the legs then. I'm talking to myself here, clearly. So I'll need the inserts. Pants. They're not legs, they're pants. And I will have to re-glue those boots. I guess maybe it is good that I didn't. A few arms. So I'm going to go with the skin, this color. This color. Vest, pants. Vest and pants. Minus the undershirt. I can always reprint the pieces. That I'm not too concerned about. You've probably run into the same problem. Hey, Viper. How many Fancy Black Series lightsabers exist? Oh, plenty. You like those crossover the printers and the stews? Oh, there's definitely 6. At least. Okay, I'm gonna take out the... May have to reprint those. These are done. I don't think I'm going to be able to do those. I have been well, or well enough. I'm just in the process of putting together the some of the pieces, or finishing the assembly for some of the Rebel Troopers. And I've been going by a guide of sorts. The basic ones are fine. The ones that are tripping me up here are the multicolor, or the tan ones. But I feel I've got a good handle on those. Yeah, I'll just do that with the boots. Brown boots. Because he's wearing a jacket. One's wearing a jacket, the other one's wearing a vest. And I didn't realize that until probably too late. So then I won't be able to use the same skin tone as the jacket. I'll have to go with a darker skin tone, because I have another dark skin tone that I'll be able to use. The same one that I did with the pants, basically. This will work. I swear this will work. The problem is all the neutral tones that I'm working with. Here I thought I was going to be done. I will complete this project at some point in the future. Maybe we'll do the hats last. The helmets last. Dang lizard there. Oops. Tendinitis? That cannot be fun. Sorry to hear that. Pain-free day? Well, at least you had a good day today. That's awesome. That's great to hear. All right, now I'm going to show you some stuff I picked up. I'm making sure the printer's set. It is. For the longest time, I was hoping to find a this set. This I believe with this set, this was the final for my mail call here. This was the final set that I needed. The final. There's only one exclusive in here. I think this was a D23 thing. And I want to say it was this clone. I had all the others. They were sold independently, but this was one of these was an exclusive Tsum Tsum, and they no longer make the Tsum Tsums. So it was a limited run. But I believe we have a full collection of Tsum Tsums. Another thing that I got. This is the video that I posted to Star Wars Radar here. The Ahsoka mug. Now this was a Walmart exclusive, I believe. Couldn't find it. Couldn't get it. I was so angry. And then today I'm walking in the store. I'm like, oh my god, it's the Ahsoka mug. Unbelievable. So I got the Ahsoka mug. They only had one. I was so happy. I was also Happy to see that Target has a new G.I. Joe Super 7 exclusive from the Reaction line. This is Ninja Ku, Cobra Assassin. This is the second exclusive they've had. They had the red one, but Ninja Ku, Ninjaku. I don't. Anyway, special. This is a 5 POA. Very happy to have that. Tomorrow, what I may end up doing, I think it'll be tomorrow. I'll be opening Series 23 Lego minifigures. That's been here for me to do, and I will probably also be slotting the GPK Crashers Series 3. And this is something I was searching for, like another Fortnite figure, and then this came up. I was like, 8-Ball. 8-Ball is a Fortnite figure character thing, and if I can get it just rotated just right. So 8-Ball's the head's an 8-Ball. I'm like, dude, that is too cool. So I got that. We didn't have that figure, and then Ruin. We didn't have either of these two figures. The thing you got to be careful about with these vending machines is there is confetti inside, as witnessed by the vlog that was posted last week. Last week's vlog had tons of confetti in it. So I had to. I just like, I did not have the 8-Ball, and I needed the 8-Ball. These figures are just too much fun. Too much fun, in my humble opinion. I've got a few extras, too. I've got a few extra figures that I'll probably put together and then try to sell on eBay, not eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Like, come up with a decent price. I'm like, okay, this is pretty decent. And then I can recoup some of my costs. Then I'm happy and we don't have duplicates. I know I'm not the only one who likes the Fortnite figures, so I'll probably like put all the loose ones, like, side by side without accessories, just the loose ones without the accessories, next to a newer figure that people have wanted, and then basically just upsell for like $35 or something crazy like that, and that'll probably work. But anyway, so I got those things. Very happy. Oh, and also, Target had a buy one get one 50% off. And luckily, they just restocked today, and I got 2 of the Mission Fleet Dark Troopers. Because Dark Troopers, and they also had the big Dark Trooper, the Black Series, but right now you can get it on sale on Amazon for like $25. $20, so like $10 off. So I was like, yeah, I am definitely not gonna overspend on that. Because at Target, they're running for like $30, $31. Alright, I'm checking here. They're both punched. I'm seeing which one is in better condition. This one's kind of got a tear, so this one is in better shape. I'm gonna open this Ninja Assassin. Oh, the Viper, yeah, total. Which ones are awesome? What? Those? Oh, the Mission Series, Mission Fleets. I agree. I agree entirely and completely. This one's cool. I got to be careful because I have been cutting out all the dossiers, the cards. Never did that as a kid. Wasn't really interested in that. But while I'm at it here. Oh wait, does that come off? Dude, his bow and arrow does not come off. Are you serious? Yeah, his quiver does not come off. The bows come out. But I don't think the that quiver's on. That's kind of disappointing. Don't know why they did that. Just how full your stuff? How Star Wars? Oh, a very beast, very, very, very. And I'm printing more. But the good news is a lot of the things I'm printing now are for Toys for Tots, and a lot of the Star Wars stuff that I do print is very small. Hence, like the little figures that I've been whipping through. Let me make sure that, yep, that's the right filament color. Sorry, I'm trying to take out these weapons here. Tape's kind of got them sticky. It's always a good day when you can open a 5 POA figure. I happened to glance over. I'm like, oh my god! It's a new Reaction G.I. Joe! Not listed on the back of the card either. At least not that I know of. Oh, Ninjaku. Yeah, I guess so. Right there. And I'm also very glad that Target is the one carrying the exclusive. Otherwise, they did the Red Ninja, and otherwise I never would have found it. Can never have too much Star Wars stuff. My brother-in-law had an entire room. Just a room? That's amazing. Retro Pit Stop. Have you seen his office? Yes. It is epic, isn't it? Everyone who visits is just blown away. You're like, wow. No wonder you like working from home. Like, yeah. It's not a shock. It's not a surprise. At all. Your house is so full of crap, so when I bring something new in the door, something out goes out the back door. See, I have streamlined a lot of the stuff. I mean, I had collected, various things over the years, and then just realized, like boxes and like other things that I just had, like tech, right? It's just like, I have no emotional attachment to this. It doesn't need to be here. It's a tool. It's never going to get used. It's gone. Max Payne finally getting around to watching Obi-Wan. Wow. You're going to enjoy it. Max, I'm kind of jealous, admittedly. If you've never seen it and you're watching it for the first time, I admit that I'm jealous. Just a little jelly. I'm going to record a short for this. And that... I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep pace, but I'm experimenting with these shorts as an option, seeing what works and what doesn't. And where, specifically, not just what works and what doesn't, but where. And I don't even know if it's a matter of when. What are they doing down there? Can you hear them? You probably can't hear them banging around, but they're like banging around down there. Guess Andor after this? Yeah, Andor will be different. Andor is a definite slow burn. Andor is a much more dramatic series. I've been enjoying Andor, but differently than I enjoyed Kenobi. And I'm not saying one is more Star Wars than the other, but I gotta admit, Andor is a different kind of feeling for Star Wars to me. And that's not a bad thing. It's just it's different. It doesn't scream Star Wars like Kenobi or The Mandalorian. It's a very subtle thing. Very subtle. How hard is it to load a new roll PLA into the 3D printer? Oh, easy, beast. Should be simple. I don't know which one, what printer do you have? There's probably a different process for each one. It's simple enough on the Bamboo. And Prusa also makes it pretty simple. You unload the old one, you load the new one, and then you purge. You purge after, on the Prusa at least, you purge after you load it. If that makes sense. I need to edit that too, don't I? No. Layout. Wow. My Ahsoka mug has got 904 views on a Star Wars channel that I have not touched in like a year. And those topped out like at 55 views, 13 views, nothing. Yeah, shorts is definitely the way to go for some of these older channels. Eight and 10 are the next. So the next one's going to drop soon. It's just funny how things go and flow and work. Yeah, I think my Star Wars radar is going to be pretty much all shorts. Because it's just easy to produce that way. Or easier, I should say, to produce. Hey, thank you, Calvin. Did not hear my fart. If it's the Prusa Mark 3S, sorry, I missed that beast old one. I'd imagine just change the filament. Just enter change the filament and follow the directions on the screen. It should, if it's anything like the Mini, it'll walk you through it. You don't know who wrote Andor, but I'm loving it. Great writing, lacks an exposition, and some serious world building. See, that's the thing that makes it different, and what makes it good, Marcus. Thank you, Jersey Labs. Also trying to troubleshoot an ANET A8 that won't power on. Oh yeah, that's definitely beyond me. I would not know where to begin or end with that. Not something I'm that familiar with. Posture check, thank you, and for the stretch. Needed that, probably more than you'd know. For a low-key night, I definitely kept, my brain was engaged. Control Quinn. We've not rated her in ages. She's a fellow nerd. She's chatting. Is she doing a... What is she do? She's doing a... Is she doing a guest? She got a guest? She's doing a hangout or a Zoom or something. Karaoke. I think she's dressed up like Steve Harvey there. I don't know. I don't know about that as a raid. I should be bringing her in, though, as a guest one of these nights. I'd love to have her on as a guest. Oh yeah, no, I am running something on the Bamboo actually. I can toggle that camera for you. Right there. I'm finishing up the remainder of some of the rebel soldiers that I've been doing. Or attempting to get done, I should say. You know, I kind of want for that one. Light brown, brown. If I go with different color, no, that won't work either. I'm thinking through the different filaments I want to use to print these. Star Wars figures on one printer, Toys for Tots alligators on another. Are they playing with like an amplifier down there? It sounds very weird. It sounds like they're playing with an amplifier. It's very bizarre. If you have kids, you totally understand like the bizarre sounds you hear from the other side of the house going, what is that? Well, Disc 1 of 5 is doing VR night. Pirate Gray is just chatting. She's a gamer. Unless anybody has any recommendations, any suggestions of people we haven't rated yet or haven't rated in a while. Shoot out those recommendations. I'm all ears. Or we can just dump over to MakerDeck. We haven't rated MakerDeck in a while. Wait, hang on. Is Buana playing or is he chatting? I see an ad. No, he's watching a video. Let's raid Buana. It's been a while. Y'all know about Maker Deck anyway. You should know about Buana. Looks like he's watching videos with the community, which is good. I love you. I appreciate you, and at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the Force be with you always. Tomorrow, theoretically, I'll have one of these Rebel Troopers done. The bulk of the Rebel Troopers, though, the blue shirts, won't be done until I get the final filament color from Polymaker, which I believe is shipped. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for listening to my side of the conversation, and allowing me to have fun with y'all. And hopefully it was just as much fun for you. Here we go. Tusken raiding Buana in 3, 2, 1. All right. Take it away, Buana. Oh, I can't hear because